Welcome to the Citadel. Raylan Alomar here with Citadel Catholic Media, arming you with the sword of truth. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. We are continuing on in our series of the Family Matters. This is part 4. This is going to be the foundational concept of the series, of the tools that we're going to lay out here on how God intended marriage to work. So again, we were pointing out that we were going to go back to the beginning of the 10th chapter of Mark's Gospel, where the Pharisees were trying to trip our blessed Lord up and ask him about allowing divorce in marriage. And when they asked him, he says, Moses did allow it, but in the beginning it was not so. It was allowed because of the hardness of your hearts. But God created them male and female, and man was to leave his mother and father and be joined to his wife. They were to become one flesh, and their unity was to be permanent. Now let's reflect back on the beginning that he's talking about. That beginning is in Scripture, in the book of Genesis, obviously, when God creates all of the earth and all of everything on it, and his final creation is man and woman. Now, in the 3rd chapter of Genesis, they are there, Adam and Eve are there, as in paradise, enjoying paradise as a husband and wife would, doing the things that husbands and wives do. And someone interferes there. Someone intrudes upon into their garden. Who is that? That's the serpent, or Satan. Now, who does Satan approach? Well, he has Adam or Eve to approach, or he could approach both of them. But what does he do? He approaches Eve, the weaker of the two. And he manipulates her into what? Into getting out of her God-given role. And she falls to it. And not only does she fall to it, but then she also brings her husband into it. What is her husband doing all this time? Well, it says there that he was there with her. He was there with her, so he does nothing. And as a result of that, we have the serpent wanders off. Then God comes into the garden, starts asking questions, and then comes down and issues his sentence. To the woman he said, I will multiply your pains in childbearing. You shall give birth to your children in pain. Your yearning shall be for your husband, yet he will lord it over you. To the man he said, because you listened to the voice of your wife, and ate from the tree of which I have forbidden you to eat. Accursed be the soil because of you. With suffering shall you get food from it every day of your life. This was the result of the fall. This was the sentence that Adam and Eve were given, and we have all been given. In marriage, we have husband and wife, equal in dignity, but different roles. Both are important, and I actually think that the wife's role might be more important. But it's like a steering wheel and a rudder. Both are vital. Try having one without the other. Not only that, try reversing the two. You see, when we start reversing roles, the problem that came here was when God gives the sentence to Adam, he says, because you listened to your wife, because she took the lead and you followed. This is what's happening in society today, the reversal of these roles. What he intended was for a man to be dignified, what is for him to look out for the good of his wife and for the good of his children. This is the providing. It's not just monetary. It's providing in all aspects of their lives. We are to be caretakers and overseers of our families, caring about their well-being, being very interested, being very plugged in to our families. This is how we participate in our redemption. Christ opened the door, opened the gates for us by shedding His blood, but we make up for what is lacking in the sufferings of Christ, as St. Paul tells us, by living according to our states in life. This is holiness. This will give us natural happiness if we do this. We will have order in our families. We'll have peace in our homes. This, as I said earlier, is the foundational concept of the rest of the series, of all the tools that we're going to talk about. So next time, we're going to lead off with leadership in the home, the husband's role, and we'll see you then. God bless you.